Hi everyone, Lauren Fast here to share some really wonderful and trendy news with you. Introducing the new color correcting powder by Beauty Control and its amazing companion product, the oval brush. Both of these amazing tools to add to your makeup wardrobe. Together here on this live stream, we will build a face of makeup starting with some of our existing color correctors, give some examples of where those can go on the face, how you can use them, how you can then build the rest of the color onto your face to create a flawless canvas for your finished look, and then how to use this exciting new color correcting powder as a finishing powder so that you can camouflage any unevenness on the face and have some really smooth, perfect coverage using this exciting new oval brush. So we'll start from scratch. If you like the look that you see here, I'm gonna give this as one example or one way that you can use these colors to build your flawless face. First, let's say hello to this beautiful new brush. My first thought with this new oval brush was just how beautiful it is. High-end, luxurious, how dense the bristles are. The oval brush itself contains 3 to 10 times more density of bristles than a regular brush does. And while it's not what you think of when you think makeup brush right away, I did like how fancy it made me feel. I learned that these brushes are built for self-application versus the type of brush that you're used to using that you would also be able to use on someone else. This brush is really designed to be held by the user and for self-application. The overall finish that you can expect when using an oval brush on the face is a truly airbrushed look. And this size, as oval brushes go, is really designed for a more broad space on the face. So this one is definitely designed for the use of foundation. Can also be used for putting on your powder. We are certainly going to try it using the new color correcting powder, but you could also use this to apply your moisturizer to really broad spaces on the face. You might even use it for singing. And as a general rule, when using the oval brush, you will float, don't grind. You will glide, don't bounce. And you use a very light pressure. It feels so good. Together here on Beauty TV, what we're going to do is build the look that you saw earlier onto my face. We will focus on the techniques of application using color correctors. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, that's a lot of color correcting. When it comes to building a flawless face, Beauty Control has you covered. Literally, covered. If your concerns are dark circles under the eyes, redness on the face from rosacea or breakouts, unevenness in your skin tone, dull skin, there's a color corrector for that. I ran out of hands. So I'm gonna start with no makeup on my face. Everything that I've done to prep my face today includes my basic Beauty Control skincare, my anti-aging pieces, and then I have also applied the eye cream and then my face moisturizer. A fast tip that I have to offer is that when using any of our Beauty Control color correcting creams, tiny tube, tiny amount. With a face that is completely cleansed, exfoliated, and moisturized, I'm gonna start building my color on, starting first with the natural in the Perfecting Base Color Primer. Putting just a little dot of that product onto my fingers. I like to use my fingers for this because it's clear. I can't actually see where exactly I've put it, but I can definitely feel it. My favorite place to apply this product is down the bridge of the nose for the use of sunglasses, right underneath the eye, and around the mouth and in the middle of the forehead. So basically the T-zone area where I produce a little more oil on my face throughout the day. I also find that for those with dry skin, this really helps to smooth any fine lines and wrinkles and helps to increase that satiny look and the finish, really smooth finish with your makeup. The next color corrector that I'm going to show is the Light Peach in the Dark Circle Color Corrector. Right now, my skin is at the level of an N2, so I'm going to use the Light Peach Dark Circle Color Corrector in my under eye area to combat this darker purpley transition of my skin so that the under eye area and then the top of the cheek and the rest of the face really finishes with a smooth and flawless canvas. I apply this product right where I see those darker spots in the under eye area right up underneath to the lash line and on the inside corner of the eye. And I will use my finger to blend that in. My next area of concern is little spots of redness on the face. So I have where a breakout from here, I have an ingrown chin hair here, and I have some veining and a little bit of redness on that inside of my nose. Using just a tiny amount of this tiny tube of the Mint in the Perfect Base Color Primer, I'm going to spot treat the redness on my face. And it starts out looking quite green. These are very heavily pigmented products, so you don't need very much. I'd like to just neutralize the red and not look like Shrek and Fiona. And if you have any dark spots or any unevenness with hyperpigmentation in the face, you can either use the dark circle color corrector or the yellow in the Perfect Base Color Primer to neutralize the patchiness. So I have this darker spot here on the right side of the face, and I'll use a little bit of the yellow in the Perfect Base Color Primer to neutralize that and create more of a flawless finish. And when using the Perfect Base Color Primers, you may find that you need a little bit of all three, or you may find that just one or two of them really solves the problems and helps to neutralize any of the imperfections that you may have on your face as you build your flawless canvas. When selecting one of our amazing color correcting products, you would just choose the color that helps to neutralize your areas of concern. So you'll choose the proper color for your issue. Smooth a really light layer of the color corrector over the areas of concern and blend well. Remember, the idea there is just to color correct. You shouldn't be able to see the actual product on the face when you're finished. Then you'll follow with a Beauty Control medium to full coverage foundation of your choice. And now you can set with our amazing new color correcting powder. I'm going to apply my shade, which is an N2 of the Face Perfection Foundation. This is a full coverage foundation that really leaves a wonderful dewy finish and is designed for all skin types. I'm applying my liquid foundation using the Beauty Control foundation brush so that I can be a little more delicate around the areas that I applied a color corrector, because I want to gently blend and not move that product around on the face. So I feel like I have really great coverage in the under eye area. The veining texture is gone on that inside edge of the nose there. The redness from my blemishes is unseen. That's not breaking through. Really great coverage here with this, and that dark spot is very neutralized before I get any actual color on the face. I'm still working to create that really flawless finish so that I can add depth and dimension and personality and variety using my eyeshadows, blush, and lipstick. Okay, I just want to see how amazing this is going on. I'm not going to use the oval brush over places where I applied color correcting cream because I don't want to move it around, but I'm just buffing this in. Have just a little bit of the foundation product on here. Oh, and that is just a really amazing natural finish. I know I can totally see what the excitement is about this brush. And I can also see having more than one of these. I can see having one dedicated to, let's say, my moisturizer. I can see having a brush dedicated to my foundation, whether that be powder or a cream. And then I can also see having one for my setting powder, such as my translucent powder or the new color correcting powder. I need a few more of these. The finish is so natural. and it feels lighter. You know, it just has buffed it so well into the skin, and then the skin warms the product on the face. So the way the product, the color correctors and the foundation has just been able to kind of warm onto the skin and just really be gently buffed in with this extremely dense, luxurious bristle. I can't wait for you to try this. This is really amazing. So now that I've totally finished the makeup on my face, but before I get to my lipstick, because I don't want to run this beautiful brush across lip liner or lipstick or lip gloss, we're going to apply the amazing new, this is the color correcting powder. You'll notice that the lavender is intended to really brighten up any sallow skin. The yellow is intended to neutralize darkness on the face. That little bit of mint powder in there will help to neutralize redness. The pink will brighten or warm up dullness. This can be used as a finishing powder, and it can be used in place of your translucent powder. So if you have ever felt like applying the translucent powder gave you too matte of a finish, or was not quite the right finish for you, this is an amazing option if imperfections or color abnormalities or wanting to neutralize color is an area of concern for you. And like all of the amazing beauty control products, this is dermatologist, allergy, and sensitivity tested. So I'm going to use this here in my last step of the face application, making great contact with the compact itself and swirling the brush around. Really getting all the colors on there. I have to remember this is float, don't grind, glide, don't bounce. I am just going to buff it everywhere that this brush can kind of come into contact with the face. So it feels different. I can tell that there's powder on here, but it's extremely lightweight. I can also tell that it has neutralized the glare, so where you may enjoy a more matte finish and getting rid of some of the shine from an oil or a dewy look, this powder definitely is a good finisher. Really smooth, and I'm gliding. This isn't a heavy pressure, this is a very light pressure. So I'm trying not to, and I don't want to disturb the blush or the foundation or the contouring that I put on the face. That is really smooth. Very natural finish. Really soft, so luxurious. I'm probably rubbing on my face a little bit longer than I need to, just because it feels so good. And we've taken care of the coverage that I was looking for, definitely. You know, I can still see where some texture is on my face, but the finish, or the flawless finish, using the color correcting creams and the Perfect Base Primer, the dark circle color corrector in the under eye has really brightened that area. And then setting my face with this color correcting powder instead of finishing with another powder has really just allowed the natural glow of the skin to come through, and of course the finish of the powder to be, or the blush to be, more obvious. I don't really feel like I have much on, but I know that I do because I can see the difference in my coverage. This is really nice, and I can see where this would work for even like a no makeup person. You know, you don't want to put a lot of makeup on, but you still want to look flawless, or you want to look finished. And I can really see just kind of having this with you throughout the day and just using it to kind of touch up spots where you have maybe more oil breakthrough. And that would really prevent you from creating unevenness, where if you were reapplying with a powder that had color later in the day, you could almost create some kind of blotchiness, where this sort of transparent and color complexion, like camouflaging effect, instead of like layering on more of a color like my N2, for example, I won't have that blotchy texture. It's really very smooth and even, and still a bit illuminated. Like, I feel bright and reflective. I still feel kind of glowy, but I'm not shiny. Another fast tip would be to use your eye blending brush or one of the other smaller eye brushes. And you can spot treat. So if you wanted to get into just, for example, some of the green powder, you just put a little bit of that on the brush and then maybe do that as a spot treatment on an area where you were more red. And that's it. We have just completed a full face look, a full flawless face look, utilizing the color correctors that are available to solve my subjective areas of concern. You may only have one or no subjective areas of concern, but for as many as you have, Beauty Control has you covered. Now I can't wait for you to get your hands on this wonderful new color correcting powder, this luxurious oval brush, and all the rest of your very favorite Beauty Control products.